This will bring us up to our shifters. The Cadet Sportsmen, you're on grid. Here's how we'll line them up. Oliver Askew in the number 9. Inside row 1, Alex Speed. Outside row 1 in the 17. Row number 2, Austin Garrison at 29. Kyle Kirkwood in the 41. Johnny Kotick in the 57, starting 5th. Morgan Healy, 6th. Richard Einstein, the 81, 7th overall. Ryan Reeve in the 33, starting 8th. 9th, it'll be the 12 of Brad Sanders, ICC senior driver. Jerry Brown in the number 14. John Dalton in the 17. As they'll get set to go for 16 laps, your shifters. Cadet Sportsman, your pre-grid. Need to bring them up, Cadet Sportsman. So field to come to the stripe. We'll get them lined up, ready to go. Oliver Askew in the 9. Alex Speed, remember in that pre-final, came off the line very strong and jumped out to that early lead. And no start, yellow flag. We'll send him around. That'll be Morgan Healy in the 16 trying to get that cart fired up. Morgan Healy in the 16 gets it going. Morgan will drop the visor down. And we'll cycle around and get them ready to go. Your lineup, Oliver Askew in the 9. In row number 1, Alex Speed in the 17. Austin Garrison, Kyle Kirkwood, row number 2. Kotick and Healy, row number 3. Heiston, Greavy, row 4. Brad Sanders, Jerry Brown, 9th and 10th. Dalton and Sachs, 11th and 12th. And Alex Speed. On that outside, again, in the inside, it's Oliver Askew in the 9. So we'll look him over. Lewis will raise that left arm. Green is up. We're underway. Not a good start for Alex Speed. Trying to find a lane. He'll pick up the back end of the field. A little bit different this time. Remember, Alex came out of the gate very strong in that pre-final. So up front early on, it'll be the 9 of Oliver Askew. Cadet Sportsman, you're up next. You're on grid, Cadet Sportsman. So Oliver, your leader early on, will take the field through the chicane. Austin Garrison in pursuit and running in that second place position. In the 29, third, it's the 41 of Kyle Kirkwood. There's Kirkwood, and you got Jonathan and Morgan Healy running fifth. Alex Speed back to sixth. It's a little different this time for Alex Speed, who came out of the gate very strong in that pre-final. Again, heavy traffic off the exit of the hairpin turn. It's on field, coming down that front straightaway, led by Oliver Askew. Oliver having some success last weekend in the Rock Cup Series here at the Ocala Grand Prix. And a very solid weekend for all the Ocala Grand Prix drivers. And Alex Speed racking up quick time, 36.262 for Alex Speed. Did that here in lap number 2. But right now, Alex Speed, 1.4 seconds behind your leader. Started in row number 1. Kyle Kirkwood, Austin Garrison flip-flop now for that second place position. Kirkwood now second, Garrison back to third. Garrison about a half a second, well, a little bit over a half a second, about 0.6 of a second behind your leader running third. Kirkwood about a half a second behind your leader as they come into the chicane. Brad Sanders, ICC driver, running 8th overall in the number 12. There's Brad now to turn number 1. Oliver Askew just turned quick lap, 35.951, 35.951 for Oliver Askew. So Oliver picking up the pace, not like being up front and able to increase your gap between first and second. He's 0.6 of a second ahead of Kyle Kirkwood. They'll head through the chicane. Oliver coming out of that pole position. So far, your one and only leaders. They'll head down into turn number 1. Still 0.6 of a second for Oliver as he works his way to the top of the hairpin turn. He'll make that left-hand turn. He'll come down. Second, third, pretty well buttoned up. That's Kyle Kirkwood, Austin Garrison. Ocala Grand Prix drivers doing battle up in the top 5 spots. As Oliver Askew, Kyle Kirkwood, Garrison, Koenig, Alex Speed. And then you got Morgan Healy running 6th. All on Tony Kart, all Ocala Grand Prix drivers. John Dalton ahead of Jerry Brown. Again, that will be your Stock Moto Masters drivers. So John Dalton ahead of Jerry Brown. Yeah, and Oliver Askew coming in this weekend, Stock Moto as your points leader. Looking for his 4th straight win in a row. 3 wins, a 2nd place finish for Oliver Askew this season. Right now, Oliver with a 7/10 of a second advantage. And he kicked it up a notch here at 7 laps in, 35.796. As we'll go to the halfway point, 8 down, 8 to go. Again, your leader in the Stock Moto, it's Oliver Askew. Kirkwood 2nd, Garrison 3rd, Rodick running 4th, 5th it'll be Alex Speed, 6th. It'll be Morgan Healy. Icestead in the 81 running in the 7th spot. ICC leader Brad Sanders. And right now, Jerry Brown back up front in the Masters. The 9 laps complete, just over the halfway point. One and only leader, your points leader, Oliver Askew. Again, Oliver looking for his 4th straight win, a 2nd place finish to open up the season. And he's been right there on the podium. Yeah, Nick Neri not with the field. Nick's got 3 podium finishes this season. Coming up a little bit short in race weekend number 3. Got a 2nd place finish in week 3. 2nd in week number 2. 3rd in week number 1. But Neri not in the field today. 10 laps complete, your leader off turn 1 with a 1.1 second advantage over Kyle Kirkwood. Kirkwood looking for his best finish this season in the Stock Moto. Open up the year with a 4th place finish. We'll correct that. Race weekend number 3 did finish 3rd. So still looking for his best finish of the season. That would be 2nd for Kyle Kirkwood. Right now he is 1.1 seconds behind your leader with 10 laps in the books. Lap 11 this time by. There's your leader. Into turn number 1, Oliver Askew. 11 laps complete this time by. And he's got a 1.2 second advantage now. So Oliver moving right along. Cadet Sportsman, you're on grid. You're up next, Cadet Sportsman. So across the line for the 13th time, it'll be Oliver Askew. He's done it every lap so far. Your 1 and only leader. Kerry's been very consistent. 1.3 second advantage over Kyle Kirkwood. Harrison running 3rd, 1.6 seconds behind your leader. Back to 3 laps to go. Kyle Kirkwood rolled a 35.932 for Kyle Kirkwood. Pretty quick lap time for Kyle Kirkwood. Jerry Brown down into turn number 1. Right now, Jerry Brown is your leader in the Masters. So Jerry Brown, Masters leader. Brad Sanders, ICC leader right there in the number 12. Sanders off of turn number 1. So final 2 circuits to go. It'll be 1 to go for your overall race leader, Oliver Askew. Looking for his 4th straight win as he heads off at turn number 1. He's got to do it one more time. In the meantime, little Move there, Austin Garrison working around lap traffic. That's the 7 of John Dalton, I believe. As Garrison working around slower traffic on the final lap. So checker flag, there it is. Oliver Askew seals the deal, goes wire to wire in your stock moto. Kirkwood second, Garrison third, Kodak fourth, fifth will be Alex Speed. Brad Sanders, ICC winner. Jerry Brown going to cycle around looking for that win in the Masters. There's Brad Sanders across the line. Jerry Brown across the line, unofficially your winner in the Masters.